now that your developers have developed and you guys have wow, you are very fast though. You're already on BCS. Okay, so now that your developers have developed and your software testers have tested, right? And your acceptance criteria. So now you have to, as a business analyst, you have to perform user acceptance testing. What does it mean? It means that you are going through each of your acceptance criteria and you are testing in the stead of a user. So in a situation whereby the users are external, as a business analyst, you perform it. In a situation where they are internal, as a business analyst, you will facilitate it. So there are two different things. So you facilitate it by ensuring that the environment is ready for them. You have put together maybe a user guide, if need be. Excuse me. You have put together a user guide if need be. If need not be, you are with them, you are supporting them, you are giving them support. And whenever they raise the bugs or whenever they feel like something isn't right, they send it to you and you send it back to the developers to correct. However, when you are doing it yourself, what you do, you record whatever you feel is not correct back to the developers, which we then correct it. So it's like you are doing a final check before the release into the production environment. So before you deliver it to the end user, you are trying to go through it, putting your acceptance criteria side by side with what has been developed on the system. So do you have um your the link to your website, your environment, and your
Yeah.
users? Okay, yeah, great. So can you go to your Azure DevOps and go to your QA done or UAT done? QA done. So keep going. Oh wow, you guys put all of okay, this cybersecurity. So you don't have any of your stories in QA done. So what happens as business analysts is that when um when I don't want to say tickets. Please, who is that person? Oh, please be muted. Oh, please, please, please. If you are not speaking, because we can hear you talking, and I'm not sure you know. Okay. So for instance, now, if this logo PBI has been moved to QA done, right? As a business analyst, you pick it from QA done and move it into UAT, but it has not been moved, meaning that the QAs are still testing. That means they've not completed their testing. The moment it goes to QA done, it means they've completed their testing. So whatever is in QA done, you move it from QA done to in UAT. And then so if you go to any of the open one of these. Let me just use that as an example. Please don't move it though. Please don't move the PBI.
I
Oh,
should
okay.
open
Yours
one
is
of
in
these. Yeah.
UAT done. Did you
Yeah.
conduct UAT on it, Vine?
Yes, we did.
Vine, did you guys conduct UAT on it?
Yes, we did. And it's
Okay.
UAT done.
Okay. So open any of these PBI, Adeoluwa. Just click on it. Click on, oh, that's a long journey. Just click on it. Yeah. Okay. So the acceptance criteria says that given I am a user on mentor skill, when I navigate, you navigate to the home page, you don't navigate on the home page. When I navigate to the home page of the website, then I should be able to view the mentor skill logo at the top left corner. So let's go to the website. This is what the acceptance criteria says, right? Let's go to the website. Okay. So is the logo at the top left corner? Top left corner. This is your left.
Yes.
No, go back. Go back, go back. Let's use the other page that we're seeing, the landing page. Like, yeah. So is the logo at the top left corner?
Yes.
Okay. Go back to the acceptance criteria. What else? Okay, you are supposed to see, you are able to navigate. So that means that this this acceptance criteria has been fulfilled because it's saying that we should see the logo at the top left corner. So on the website, go back to the website. Go back to the website. Yeah, we can see it on the top left corner of the website, which is great. So that means that this particular PBI passes UAT testing. So what you then do from that point is, now that it's completed, you move it from in UAT to UAT done when it is done. So yeah, but
So,
you cannot do anything now because you don't own this. Do you understand?
yeah.
Don't ever move um PBIs that are not in your column to move because it disrupts the entire matrix and your scrum master can bite your head off because of that. So excuse me. So once it's in QA done, you move it to in UAT, you do the testing, and that's how you do it for each and every of your PBIs. So you open it, you go to the website. Some people go as far as writing test cases of, so what they do is your acceptance criteria that you've written, they begin to write um expected results. So in an Excel sheet, they write the feature, for instance, logo design, and they say um expected results is, it should be in the left-hand corner. Actual results is that it was at the right-hand corner. Now they feel like it's a bug. It's actually a bug because it didn't fulfill the acceptance criteria. And then they go back to the either the software testers or the developers to fix it. But basically, that's how to conduct user acceptance testing. It is done after the testers have done it. So you are like the final eye checking and ensuring that we deliver the right thing to the end users, which could become customers, stakeholders, as the case may be. They are all stakeholders because they impact the project. So you guys need to push your QAs to do it. That means your QAs didn't do anything in sprint one. Yeah. So you
Yeah, yeah.
can tell your QAs that um have they tested? Is it done? Did it pass? If it passes, they should please move it to QA done because they might be done and they did not move it to QA done. Do you understand? That this is where your scrum master then comes in and say, guys, what's happening? Why are things not moving on the board? But you can also ginger them and ask during your daily stand-up. This is the point of daily stand-up and say, oh, we noticed that there's nothing in QA done. Is it that you guys have not touched the stories? Did they pass? Did they fail? What's going on? Do you understand? It's a
Yeah.
team, so don't just wait for one person to take the responsibility. And it's good for you to know what others are doing so that it's easy for you to ask the right questions to during the meetings. Because you might be in a situation whereby you are also the scrum master for your team. You are acting as the scrum master. They did not employ a scrum master. For the longest time on my team, I had to conduct daily stand-up, retro, refinement and like that. Um, before they like it's still not a scrum master, he's a developer, but now he's in charge of it. So you can see how these roles can evolve and interchange and interswitch. Um, especially scrum master. Yeah. Um, I hope that makes sense to everybody. I hope everybody has now understand how to conduct UAT, what to do, what UAT is about.
Yes. So basically, the BA moves it from QA done to UAT after doing the testing, moves it from UAT to UAT done.
Yeah, and then move it to done. Yes.
Sorry, Bolu, you
Yeah.
didn't hear him well. He's saying if it's BA that will move it from UAT done to
Yeah.
to
In
QA
QA
done.
done,
Yeah.
yeah. Once it's in QA done, it is a BA that moves it from QA done
From
into
QA,
in
yeah,
UAT.
but not from when it's in QA.
No, that's not what he said. He was asking
Okay.
if you are to move it, like, is it a BA that moves it from QA done into UAT?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how the flow goes. So you move it from QA done into in UAT, from in UAT to UAT done, from UAT done to done. Because if you don't move it to done, what happens is it doesn't count. So on your burn down chart, it doesn't count as a completed task. So if you leave it in UAT done and you don't move it to done, because the way your Scrum Master has configured your board now is that the done colon represent that this task is now completed, right? So if there are no PBIs in done, if a PBI is not moved to done, that means that what your board interprets it as is this work is not completed. Does that make sense? So for you to have a complete work, I mean, you guys are putting so much work, and then your nothing is reflecting on your board that you have done that. Like your metrics is not reflecting that. So it's important for your metrics to capture the work that you are doing or the work you've done. If that makes sense. I'm going into
Okay.
Scrum Mastering already as well. So
Hi, Bolu.
But
yeah,
sorry, Bolu, before it is moved by the BA, there has to
yeah.
be a kind of approval or confirmation that like QA has actually done their work,
And the
certified.
confirmation you need is that it's in QA done. Once it's in QA done, that means what they are saying to you. So your board is speaking. Your board is speaking to you. So when you go to the board, and that's why it's good for you to also look at the board. When you go to the board, your board is telling you something. So from your board now, what I see is that your QAs are still working. The moment it goes to QA done, that's the confirmation. You don't necessarily need to meet with the QAs and say, have you done your job? Once you see a PBI in QA done, what they are telling you is that they've completed the work, right? So now your job starts from here again. Your job resumes from here again, and then you begin to move it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Hi, Bolu.
Hello.
So if there's a bug, how do you go about this? Where do we take it to? What do we do?
Okay. Okay. So if you go to your backlog, if you click on backlog, okay. For instance, open one of your open any of your stuff. Yeah, no, don't like the arrow. I want to see your PBI. So open any of this is your Epic here. You have to click on the arrow, then click on the arrow in front of the feature. Okay, so click on the plus sign in front of this. It's supposed to ask you if you want to raise a bug. I think they've changed things. Close this, please. Should be able to no, wait, oh, no. It's just this plus sign. Don't click on the plus sign, just hover on it. Let's see what happens. Uh,
Yes.
okay. Before um there used to be task and bug. Click on these three dots. Let's see. No, in front of the story,
Okay.
front of the PBI. Click on it. Uh, okay. I think Azure DevOps has updated, so I don't know. Normally, once you click on that, it will show you tags and bug. Then you select bug, and then you put in whatever bug is you noticed. Open up this PBI. Let me see something. Open up the PBI. Yeah. I want to see how you can raise bug because there should be a way from here. Click on those three dots. Let me see. Why did Azure DevOps do this? Click on the three dots up, the ellipses. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go to add link. Click on add link. No, down. Related work. Add link. Yeah. Existing item. Open. Click on the arrow pointing down.
The arrow.
Hi, Bolu. I
um,
think from the feature you can add bug.
the feature.
Yeah,
It's always from PBI.
the same plus sign on the feature.
It used to
That
be on the
means
PBI because if you are saying that you are raising a bug on the feature, that means it's the entire feature that you are saying that there's a bug on. That's weird. Okay, yeah. Click on that. Click on bug. Yeah, so you title the name of the bug. So for instance, if it's login feature, and then you will write the steps. So you just write, oh, when a user navigates to this website, they cannot view, they cannot see the logo. The logo is appearing on the far right rather than the left corner, and like that. And then you save, and then the developers pick it up. So developers are the ones that pick up bugs.
okay, but then it will still be left in the UAT done column.
No, so you move bugs to in dev.
Okay.
Yeah, for every time you raise a bug, you move it from wherever column it is to in dev, so the developers can pick it up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can close this because we are not raising any bug.
Yes. Okay, so I have one follow-up question. Yeah, so if we are raising, if we are actually getting to understand that, oh, there's a bug here. So what's not the work of the QAs?
Exactly. So the thing is that you are the final eye. Sometimes the QA might omit a bug. That's why it has to be in QA done before you can move it. Sometimes, not every time, it's very rare for a QA to omit a bug. It can happen. It can happen because it can get to a production environment. Everything is fine in the test environment, and then you release to production environment, and then something happens. You're working with computer. Computer is not, yeah, it is not 100% void of mistake. So sometimes it happens, something might get broken along the way, something might happen, or from dev environment to UAT environment, because ideally at work, you have in some organizations, not every organization, in some organizations, you have the dev environment, you have the UAT environment, and then you have sorry, I just noticed flashlight of ambulance or police. I don't know which one of them. So you can you will move what was I saying? Apologies. So you might have the dev environment, you might have you have dev environment, UAT environment, then production environment. So when the developers are going to develop on their local host environment, and then move the code, push the code into the dev environment. which is where you, as the BA, we have access to and do your first round of testing if you want to, if you are very meticulous, and you test it and check that, okay, everything is as it should, then it will now be released from the dev environment into the UAT environment. From that movement, things can change, things can get broken. The QAs have done their test because before you move anything from dev environment to UAT environment, sometimes QAs have environment as well. So before you move from dev environment to UAT environment, the QAs must have done their testing and ensure that everything is fine. But then it gets to the UAT environment and something is broken. It's not the fault of the QA, not because they didn't do their test. And that's why you need the final eye. You have to be the final eye to check nothing is broken, everything is fine, everything fulfills the acceptance criteria, like that. And sometimes it might not. So that's why we raise a bug and push it back and say, this work is not complete. This work is
Okay.
not completed. Let me speak good English.
Okay, so when it's at UAT, when you test and obviously there's no bug, yeah, and you move it to UAT done,
Yeah.
does it really need to stay on UAT done when there's no bug and you know that you can just move it to done?
Yeah, so the thing is, the reason why you have to do that is because it's also affecting your metrics. So when you move from in UAT straight to done, it's affecting your metrics because your metrics will pick it that something is wrong. So every PBI has to pass through each of the columns that has been created. That's why some Scrum Masters don't even create UAT done. They just create done because it makes no sense, right? It makes no sense, but they are also learning. So they're just supposed to create done column. You don't need UAT done because it's the same thing. UAT done. It doesn't make this the final this thing, meaning that everything is fine. So yeah, unfortunately, it has to go through each of the column. If not, it will mess up the metrics. And when they are presenting, the stakeholder will be like, what's going on? Why is this empty? And they'll come down on them. So yeah.
So it stays like how many hours, how
No, you
many
can
days?
just no, it doesn't necessarily have to take days.
Okay, so
You
you can
just
just
ensure
put
that
it here,
it
then.
passes through that column and then move it to done.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ha.
Can
Hello,
stop sharing, except
hello,
anybody has
Bolu.
any question.
Hello,
Hello,
Bolu,
sir.
it's Rahman. I have a question. Sabawo, Joe. I'm still small.
Rahman.
I'm still small. Sabawo. Hey. What I want to ask is that you mentioned that when it's in QA, that they will move it to done, that BO now move it to in UAT. If we move it to UAT, is there anybody that we are going to contact to confirm, or like the PO or the stakeholder before moving into DOM, or we can just do it without anybody verifying?
No, you don't need to call anybody to verify because you are the one verifying. You are the boss at this point. Whatever you tell us is complete, is complete. So it's on you. Nobody is coming to verify.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You are the one to carry out the testing and say, oh, this is fine. It has fulfilled because you were the one that wrote the acceptance criteria in the first place. So you know what you wrote, right? And you are sure of what you wrote. So
Okay.
that's
Thank
how
you,
we
Bolu.
do.
So
Okay.
let's call your name Raman the boss.
No,
Raman
Rama
the
BA.
boss.
I'm Rama BA.
Raman the
BA
boss.
Lena.
Raman the boss. All right, too.
Raman the boss. I like it. That's what I'll be calling you. Raman the boss.
And I will
Nice.
call you Bolu, boss of all bosses.
Really boss of all bosses. How much is my salary? Please though, you don't know whether my EPA is on this call. How much am I collecting? This is where we take the loan. Okay. Please, all these ads, are they legacy ads or have I answered people's question?
Yes, you
So
did.
I did
You
send it
did.
to them.
Hi, Bolu, please, a quick one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But when
Okay.
you say a quick one, it's not always a quick one. Just
Okay, don't
go.
worry, it will be quick. It's just a very quick question. One
Okay.
of our PBIs was moved to um to UAT done. Anyways, I don't. My question is, when we raised it, when we worked on the PBI, we what's the word now? Assigned it to ourselves. I mean, to us as BAs. But while the QA worked on it, I noticed it was the QA's name that was showing as assigned. Do you
Oh,
understand?
okay.
I don't know if you get what I mean. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she noticed it and she told me that why is her name showing on it? Is it because she worked
On
on it?
the
So
PBI.
I don't know. I really yes.
Is it on the PBI? Okay, so as PBIs move across board, you have to change the name. So, for instance, where
Oh,
when you write the user, I mean, when you are working on a particular PBI, right, you assign
okay.
it to yourself. That's to show everybody, you are showing the whole team that I think where I am working on this PBI.
Worked on the
Do you
all
understand?
right.
Then when it
Yes.
moves to QA, the QA that is working on it have to assign it to themselves so that
All
everybody knows
right.
that
All
this
right.
is the person we will hold
That
accountable
worked on me.
and ask question
Oh,
during daily
okay.
stand-up. Oh, Rahman,
Okay.
I noticed that this PBI is still in QA. What's the issue? Are you
Okay.
having any issue? Do you need any help? Do you need any assistance? Do you get? And then
Oh,
when it
okay.
moves to QA dot, like it's still the person's name. Then when it moves
Yes.
into UAT, the name changes again.
UAT.
So if, for instance,
Oh,
let's say that is Adeoluwa that is doing the UAT testing. I mean, that's
all
the board.
right.
Yeah. If it's
Yes.
Adeoluwa that is testing that particular PBI, it will assign it
Okay.
to himself. So if he's staying more than a day
Oh,
on the board, we can hold Adeoluwa accountable and say that, Adeoluwa,
accountable.
what's going on? Why is this
All
staying on the
right.
board for so long? Do you need any help? Do you need
Okay.
any assistance? That's the whole point of having that. Yeah.
Okay.
So it
All right.
changes
Thank you very
per
much.
whoever is working
Across.
on it.
All right. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you. But I hope that was a quick one. Thank you.
All right. It wasn't quick because see how many minutes I used to explain. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Adekunle, is this a legacy and or you